You know, if you put Evil Dead on pretty much anything, it's pretty much a guarantee that it's going to be.
Groovy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, here with my brief thoughts on Evil Dead. This was directed by Lee Cronin, and it starred Alyssa Sutherland and Lily Sullivan, among others. And this is the latest installment in the Evil Dead series. It tells the story of a family who, after going through an earthquake, discover the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, and, well, the evil spreads to the mom, and the proverbial caca hits the fan. In the horror world, I don't think there are more consistent franchises than Evil Dead. As much as we love stuff like Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, they're very inconsistent. I think Evil Dead might be one of the only horror series that you look up and down the list, there's not a bad movie in the catalog. Evil Dead 1 is great. Evil Dead 2 is one of the best sequels ever made and a fantastic movie in its own right. Army of Darkness went a completely different route by going to the medieval times and eschewing the title The Medieval Dead was completely stupid, but that's another story for another time. And that is some people's favorite of the series. And the remake was somehow just as good as all of them. I don't know. Maybe there is something in that Necronomicon after all. I get excited whenever anything Evil Dead related is slated to come out. And so when I heard this movie was going to come out, I got hyped. And now that I am on the other side of seeing it 90 minutes later, yeah, this movie was, well, groovy. Firstly, in the positive camp, I love how they continued the tradition of how they're going with the Evil Dead movies for the most part. Keep a bunch of people in an enclosed space cut off from pretty much everyone else with the Book of the Dead. And, well, as the movie says, total chaos ensues. This movie is not as violent as the remake we got in 2013. However, there are more than a few moments where I openly cringed and just gritted my teeth. It was nasty at certain points. Very hard R, very gritty, very near the knuckle, very bloody. Emphasis on that last one. If you're kind of on the borderline of maybe I can get away with some R ones, no. If you're not into blood, skip this one, because let's just say if you've seen The Shining and the blood elevator, they replicate that in its movie, and it is gross. But this is not just a gore fest. The movie actually tells a pretty solid story, especially in the two main characters, the mom, Ellie, played by Alyssa Sutherland, and the hero of the film, Beth, played by Lily Sullivan. Today I learned that Alyssa Sutherland was actually married to Ragnar Lothbrok in the Vikings TV show, which I stopped watching, but I remember liking the first couple seasons of. She was unrecognizable in this, and really, she owns pretty much every scene that she is in. It starts out kind of small. She's the mom. She is a single mom, so they hammer that point home. But then when she gets possessed, it's game over. She turns into something completely different, and it's actually quite unnerving. Taking a look at Lily Sullivan's IMDb, it's chock full of things that honestly I have never seen. Just very obscure stuff. So I hope that this movie is more of a launching pad for her because she is awesome. She kind of becomes a mom to her littlest sister throughout the movie, and just how ever increasing craziness happens, she has to become the guardian of her, and it's all done very well. I saw some gruff online about how Ash and Sam Raimi were only in producer roles and like nothing else, and they had next to no influence on this. And if that's a fear, then the fear is misplaced, because this more than fits the spirit of the Evil Dead. There are some Evil Dead callbacks, like the shotgun and the chainsaw are used. It's shown in the trailer, unfortunately, so it's been spoiled there. But there are other smaller ones where if you have not seen the movies, it'll go right over your head. But I've seen all the movies, and when I saw them, I was like, I see what they did there, and I liked it. The Easter eggs are not in your face. They're very, if you know, you know, and I appreciated that. I do have really one problem with the movie, and it's not a deal breaker, but it's just something that, I don't know, it just felt contrived to me, and it's how this family gets in possession of the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Basically, this earthquake happens, the three smaller kids get lost in the parking garage, and the building used to be a bank, so the book is in one of the bank vaults, which they end up finding. And it's so very obvious that this book was never meant to be found because there's a really large cross in there that provides for a pretty good jump scare. There's like several, like tons of crucifixes all around. It's been blessed. And this kid is like, yeah, I think I can take this. It just felt completely like, we need to get this book in the hands of this family. How do we do it? And this felt like the most convenient way to do it. And it just was frustrating because I don't know, some people say that like horror movie characters are inherently dumb, which is a bit of a lie, but at the same time, I kind of understand where they're coming from. There's no excuse for this. This kid is a dumbass for finding this book and saying, yeah, I think I can check this out. In the words of Ron White,
you know what? The next time you have a thought, let it go.
But at the end of the day, it's a small blemish, and it's not to be ruined by the experience for me. This is still a very creepy, over the top, very claustrophobic, and just downright psychotic film at times. I'm going to give this a great rating. This is a more than worthy entry into the Evil Dead lore. But have you seen Evil Dead Rise? What did you think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say. And what's your favorite Evil Dead movie of the series? Let me know that if you would like to know that, or if you would like me to know that. If you liked the video, though, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and click the bell to allow notifications, so when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.